Warmly, I invite you into the world of sleepy voyages. Tonight, our journey takes us to the legendary tale of the Odyssey, an ancient narrative that has withstood the tests of time and has been passed down through countless generations. The sun has long since disappeared beyond the horizon. The vast sea sprawls before our hero, Odysseus, and his loyal crew, the gentle waves keeping rhythm with the anticipative heartbeats aboard their ship. A calmness blankets the scene, yet beneath this serenity is a tension palpable and thick, like a looming storm. Above, the canvas of the night slowly unveils itself. From navy blue, the sky deepens to an inky abyss where stars begin to glimmer, appearing one by one, like guardians watching over our adventurers. Before we tuck you in tonight, voyagers of the night sky, we have a small but crucial request. As your eyelids grow heavy and the soothing tones of sleepy voyagers guide you to the realm of dreams, remember the peace, serenity, and comfort that we bring to you every night, just as a lighthouse guides lost ships. In the darkness, your reviews help other restless dreamers find their way to us. By leaving a review and sharing your thoughts on your experience, you are reaching out to other insomniacs lost in the night, guiding them towards restful sleep. Take a moment before you drift away to click on the Leave a Review button on your podcast app. Help us extend our galaxy of tranquility to all those who seek the solace of sound sleep. And once you've done that, feel free to slip back under the covers of our sleep stories, ready to be whisked away on another sleepy voyage. Remember, your stars light the way for others. Every review, every rating helps us create a bigger, more beautiful universe of peace and rest. On the ship, whispers of uncertainty and wonderment can be heard. Hushed voices discuss legends, myths, and the great unknown they are about to encounter. The aroma of salty sea air fills their lungs, a grounding reminder of the reality they know. But ahead, the unknown beckons, promising stories, wisdom, and perhaps even closure for our brave Odysseus. For those of you who might be embarking on this journey for the first time, let's venture back and familiarize ourselves with the captivating saga of the Odyssey. The Odyssey, penned by the ancient Greek poet Homer, revolves around the tale of Odysseus, a brave warrior king. He sailed the seas, faced monstrous creatures and grappled with both his external adversaries and internal dilemmas. Odysseus, after the fall of Troy, yearned to return to his homeland, Ithaca, to reunite with his beloved wife, Penelope, and his son, Telemachus. However, the journey back wasn't as straightforward as he'd hoped. The seas were vast, and their depths were filled with mysteries and challenges that tested the very core of Odysseus's resilience and wit. From the enchanting yet perilous song of the sirens to the fierce confrontations with Cyclops, every adventure was a lesson in endurance and strategy. The gods, too, played their role, sometimes aiding, but often hindering his voyage. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, often favored him, while Poseidon, the god of the sea, bore a grudge against him, constantly putting hurdles in his path. However, the gods were not mere obstacles. They were also symbols of the virtues and vices that reside within us all. The tale reminds us that every adventure, every challenge we face in life reflects our inner battles. The external world, with all its chaos and beauty, is but a mirror to our internal universe. Odysseus's journey is not just about navigating the treacherous waters, but also about understanding oneself, about confronting one's fears, desires, and aspirations through these myriad adventures. The Odyssey teaches us about perseverance, about hope in the face of despair, and about the undying human spirit. Before the tales of great battles and treacherous seas, we find our hero, Odysseus, preparing for an unparalleled journey. He knows the underworld awaits him. There's an undeniable tension in the air, a mixture of anticipation and foreboding. The vast sea around them is deceptively calm, its stillness belying the mysteries that lie beneath. Above, the sky transforms, shifting from the comforting hues of navy blue to the mysteries of inky black. Each star that appears seems like a beacon, guiding lost souls, or perhaps reflecting the spirits they're about to encounter. On the ship, the murmurs of the crew are barely audible. Their voices, usually robust and filled with tales of adventures, are hushed, each man grappling with his own thoughts and apprehensions. These seasoned sailors, who faced countless challenges, cannot hide the weight of their anxiety. It's an adventure that many have heard of, but few have lived to recount. It's not the monsters of the deep or the wrath of gods that troubles them now, but the journey inward into the realms of souls and the echoes of past deeds. For in the underworld, memories are as tangible as the cold wind on a winter's night, and confrontations with one's past are inevitable. The vast ocean stretched endlessly. The Ionian Sea, historically mysterious and deep, held stories of adventures, some know and many concealed beneath its restless waves. This evening, however, there was pause in its eternal motion, as if the waters themselves sensed the importance of Odysseus's next endeavor. The ship, resilient from past adventures, floated almost aimlessly, its sails barely catching the faintest whispers of the wind. An eerie calmness pervaded not the usual serenity one might expect at sea, but a heavier, more tangible tension, thick enough to be sliced with a blade. The horizon seemed to blur where the sky met the sea, making it hard to discern where one ended and the other began. In this vastness, the ship appeared as but a tiny speck, with its legendary captain and the crew about to embark on perhaps their most daunting voyage yet. The anticipation was palpable, not of excitement, but of uncertainty and reverence for what lay ahead. It was an atmosphere of juxtaposition. The peace of nature with the internal turmoil of men, the beauty of the twilight with the looming shadows of the night. As the sun continued its descent, casting long, dark silhouettes on the water, it seemed as though night was not merely an absence of light, but a presence in its own right. Every man knew that the impending descent into the underworld was not just another chapter in their journey, but a venture into the very recesses of their soul. Each sailor grappled with his thoughts, reflections of past deeds, and contemplations of mortality, as the boundaries between the world of the living and the world of the dead began to blur. This was the eve of their descent, a moment in time where the world seemed to hold its breath, waiting. The ocean's gentle rhythm barely masks the uneasy whispers of the crew. Each man, though hardened by countless adventures and battles, now finds himself at the threshold of the unknown, a journey unlike any they had ever embarked upon. The vast waters around them seemed deeper, every ripple holding a secret, every wave a whispered tale from the world below. Hands tighten around oars, fingers brushing against protective amulets, silent prayers escaping lips that have sung songs of victory and joy. Tales of the underworld are no strangers to these men. Stories shared around campfires, tales meant to teach, to warn, to inspire. Yet here they are, on the very edge of that realm, where myths blur into reality. The sheer gravity of their forthcoming descent weighs heavily, making the air thick with anticipation. Each sailor carries his own thoughts, some of longing for home, others of past adventures, and some perhaps of souls they might encounter below. It's a night where even the bravest hearts flutter with uncertainty, where the veil between the world of the living and the dead feels almost imperceptibly thin. The ship, though sturdy and steadfast, seems to sense its crew's trepidation, creaking softly, as if whispering words of comfort. One can't help but wonder what thoughts occupy Odysseus's mind. Their leader, whose decisions have led them to this point, and who carries the weight of responsibility in this profound silence, punctuated only by hushed conversations. The gravity of their mission becomes clear. A voyage into the depths of the afterlife, to seek wisdom from those long past. Such moments in life, where we stand on precipice of the great unknown, remind us of our humanity, our vulnerabilities, and the endless quest for knowledge and understanding. In the depths of the underworld, the atmosphere is thick with anticipation. Odysseus stands firm, though the air around him is dense with shadows and murmurs of souls long past. The trench he had previously dug now acts as a beacon, drawing forth spirits like moths to a flame. Among these ethereal figures, one presence emerges with a distinct weight of wisdom and prophecy. Tiresias, the blind prophet of Thebes, comes forward, his spectral form more pronounced than the other wandering shades. Even in death, his sightless eyes possess a unique clarity, as if seeing beyond the veil of time and space. Once a man who walked the earth, Tiresias had been gifted, or perhaps cursed, with the ability to understand the language of birds, and through them the mysteries of the future. Ancient legends whispered that Tiresias had experienced life as both man and woman, giving him unparalleled insights into the human experience. Now in the underworld, his role is clear. Odysseus, a figure of determination and resilience, faces Tiresias, ready to hear the truths that the prophet holds. The realm of the dead is full of stories, but it is this encounter, this exchange of words and wisdom, that will shape the next steps of Odysseus's arduous journey. Odysseus, ever eager to reunite with his beloved Ithaca, stands before Tiresias with a mixture of hope and trepidation. The underworld, a realm of echoes and shadows, reverberates with the silent stories of the departed. Yet, in this vast silence, the hero's voice rises, unwavering, seeking answers with respect and a touch of urgency. Odysseus addresses the spectral figure of the blind prophet. His words form a single, vital question. The silence that follows is thick with anticipation. the weight of countless spirits, listening intently. The air is charged, each spirit and shade present feels the significance of the inquiry. Odysseus, the great warrior of Troy, now stands as a mere man desperate for knowledge, for a path forward. His heart, which has faced countless challenges, yearns for the familiar shores, for the embrace of his wife Penelope, and the gaze of his son Telemachus. Tiresias, though a shade, emanates an aura of ageless wisdom. His life before death filled with prophecies and truths. The spirits around seem to draw closer, as if gathering to witness this momentous exchange. Odysseus's question resonates with every soul, for every being seeks its own version of home, its own place of rest and belonging. Now, as time seems to stand still, all await the words of the blind seer, for within them lies the key to Odysseus's long-sought return. You seek a path back to Ithaca. Be wary of the sun god Helios's sacred cattle on the island of Thrinacia. Should harm befall them, doom will be upon you and your crew. Your journey home will not be straightforward, for gods and nature will test your resolve. Embrace patience and wisdom. Remember, even in the face of temptation, your end goal. Be cautious, stay true to your purpose, and let not your desires lead you astray. For in foresight and restraint, you shall find your way back home. With that, the wise prophet receded into the mist, leaving behind an atmosphere thick with contemplation and reflection. Among the spirits that approached the blood-filled trench was a face Odysseus recognized all too well. Elpenor. Elpenor had been one of Odysseus's crew, a young man, not the strongest or the wisest, but always eager and full of life. Last time Odysseus saw Elpenor, he was alive and well, enjoying the company of his comrades on Circe's enchanted island. Yet here he stood, a mere shade, his voice echoing with the eeriness of the underworld, reached out to Odysseus. He recounted his unfortunate end on Circe's island, a tragic accident that resulted from too much revelry and not enough caution. With a heavy fall from a rooftop, his earthly journey had come to an unexpected and untimely end. Now he stood before his captain with a simple, heartfelt plea. He asked Odysseus to remember him, not just as a shade in the underworld, but as the vibrant man he once was. He requested a proper burial, a rite he was denied due to the nature of his passing. A burial would grant his spirit some solace, allowing him to rest in peace among other souls. Elpenor's longing was clear, his spirit seeking the honor and dignity every mortal soul deserves. Odysseus, touched by the unexpected reunion, silently vowed to fulfill Elpenor's last wish. With that, Elpenor's spirit gently faded back into the multitude of shades, but his story and his plea lingered in the still, cold air, in the shadowy, ethereal expanse of the underworld. Amidst a sea of wandering souls, one particular shade stood out to Odysseus. It was Anticlea, his beloved mother. Their eyes met, and even in this ghostly realm, Anticlea's spirit held a familiar warmth, yet the weight of her departure from the world of the living was palpable. With a voice that felt like a gentle breeze, she began to speak. Their reunion, though tender, was tinged with sorrow, as the barriers of life and death kept them apart. As they spoke, the tales of Ithaca unfurl. She painted vivid images of the homeland he longed for, the rolling hills, the olive groves, and the shimmering shores. She spoke of Penelope, his loyal wife, weaving and waiting, holding on to hope against all odds. Telemachus, their son, had grown into a fine young man, bearing the weight of a kingdom in his father's absence. Yet, with a heavy heart, she also recounted her own departure from that world, the pain of her son's prolonged absence had been too much, overshadowing the joys of her life. Odysseus listened intently, every word deepening his resolve to return to Ithaca. Their conversation, though brief, was a poignant reminder of the ties that bind us, the love that transcends even the boundaries of life and death. In the underworld, where time seemed to lose meaning, this encounter served as a grounding anchor for Odysseus, reminding him of his purpose and the home that awaited him amidst the shadowy figures and echoing whispers of the underworld. A figure of renown stood distinct from the rest. Achilles, once the mightiest of Greek warriors, was now but a shade in the realm of Hades. The hero of the Trojan War, who had once commanded the respect of gods and mortals alike, appeared before Odysseus with an air of solemnity. The spectral form of Achilles conveyed an aura not of triumph. Odysseus, with a nod of acknowledgement, approached the hero. Their meeting, though silent at first, was filled with mutual respect and understanding. Achilles began to express the melancholy that consumed him. In this realm, for all his fame, glory, and valor, the afterlife brought him no joy. He spoke of how he would rather be a humble servant in the world of the living than a king amongst the shades. His words resonated with a sentiment that the brilliance of life, however fleeting, is invaluable. The grasses touch, the winds caress, and the warmth of the sun were treasures beyond compare. The realm of shades, despite its eternal nature, could not offer the vibrancy and sensations of the mortal world. Odysseus listened intently, taking in every word, every emotion. The encounter with Achilles served as a powerful reminder, even in the most glorious of afterlives. The simple pleasures and experiences of life are unparalleled, such as the value of every moment we breathe. The wisdom from Achilles' shade was clear. Life, with all its challenges and joys, is a gift to be cherished. Odysseus took a moment to reflect on the profoundness of this encounter before moving on to the next shade. With every step, he carried the wisdom and insights from Achilles, remembering the true worth of life and existence among the shifting, ethereal shapes. In the underworld, notable figures emerged, their stories waiting to be heard. Agamemnon's presence is unmistakable. The tale of his return home from Troy is one of profound tragedy. Betrayed by his own wife, Clytemnestra, and her lover, Augustus, he met an untimely death, a far cry from the hero's welcome he might have envisioned. In his spectral form, Agamemnon's face tells a story of regret and sorrow. He shares the importance of trust and vigilance, especially upon returning home from long journeys in the dim, misty realms. Another formidable spirit materializes. Although his shade is in the underworld, tales speak of his immortal self residing on Mount Olympus among the gods. His life on earth was one filled with challenges, many of his own making, but also due to the machinations of a resentful goddess, Hera. Each of his 12 labors reflects not just physical prowess, but also wit, endurance, and determination. From slaying the Nemean lion to capturing the golden hind, his feats became legend. Yet, beneath the accolades lies a lesson of humility and the cost of unchecked rage. For every heroic deed, there were moments of immense personal struggle and introspection. These encounters serve as a reminder of the complex tapestry of heroism, showing that even the greatest heroes had their moments of doubt and vulnerability. Emerging from the depths of the underworld, the air around Odysseus seemed to gradually lighten. He stepped with a weight that wasn't there before. Each footfall on the boat echoing the tales of the spirits he'd just encountered. Tiresias' words spun around in his mind, a blend of warnings and advice. mapping out the path yet to tread. Elpenor's plea haunted him, a reminder of the mortality that binds every soul. No matter how brave, Anticlea, his dear mother, her voice, like a soft breeze, had stirred memories long tucked away, both heartwarming and heart-wrenching. Achilles, once the mightiest among mortals, now revealed the raw reality of the afterlife, making Odysseus ponder the true essence of heroism and the price it demands. Even amidst these spirits of renown, the voices of lesser-known shades had their stories, every bit as compelling, echoing tales of love, loss, battles, and fates embraced. Each conversation, each encounter deepened Odysseus's understanding of life, death, and the delicate thread that connects both realms. While the underworld had been a place of shadows and spirits, it was also a reservoir of wisdom, offering lessons that could not be learned anywhere else. With each stroke of the oar, as the ship began its journey away, Odysseus silently promised to carry these tales, these lessons with him, holding them close as he navigated the vastness of life's unpredictable sea. The journey out of the underworld is a delicate unraveling of ethereal threads. Odysseus, having gained profound insights from the shades, prepares to navigate back to the world of the living. The cold, shadowy ambience of the underworld gradually lighten. It's akin to the sensation of waking from a profound slumber where dreams blur with reality. Every step taken by Odysseus and his crew, the distant, almost muffled voices of the shades become fainter, replaced by the more familiar sounds of the world above. The ship awaits, a beacon of hope and connection to the tangible world. Memories from the underworld start to feel distant, as if veiled by a mist, yet the lessons learned and emotions experienced will forever remain etched. The vast ocean ahead represents new beginnings, a realm of endless possibilities. The sensation of leaving behind a world so surreal and stepping into one's known reality is profound. Odysseus, with newfound wisdom, sails forward, carrying with him tales of bravery, love, loss, and hope. The underworld, with its echoes of souls and wisps of ethereal memories, began to recede into the distance. The ship that carried Odysseus and his men glided smoothly over the waters, the oars dipping rhythmically, creating gentle ripples that mirrored the heartbeat of the ocean. Behind them, the entrance, once a looming portal, now seemed like a mere shimmer on the horizon. Each stroke of the oar, every ripple they created, marked their departure from a realm not meant for the living, the world of shades, spirits, and old secrets was no longer in their immediate grasp, but its impressions were deeply etched into their souls. The sea's vastness appeared even more immense after such an intimate encounter with the confined spaces of the underworld. The soft breeze began to pick up, rustling the sails, carrying with it whispers of the spirits they'd left behind. The horizon ahead held the promise of more adventures, yet for now it remained a blank canvas, waiting to be painted with the tales of their journey. The men, though, still carrying the weight of their recent experiences, felt a renewed sense of purpose, a rejuvenation of their spirits as they looked ahead. The underworld, while holding lessons and memories, was now a chapter that was closing, making way for the next phase of their voyage. The sea's surface, reflecting the deep blues of the sky, served as a mirror to their souls, highlighting the depth of their experiences and the vastness of the adventures that lay ahead. Behind them, the entrance, once a looming portal, now seemed like a mere shimmer on the horizon. Each stroke of the oar, every ripple they created, marked their departure from a realm not meant for the living, the world of shades, spirits, and old secrets was no longer in their immediate grasp, but its impressions were deeply etched into their souls. The sea's vastness appeared even more immense after such an intimate encounter with the confined spaces of the underworld. The underworld, while holding lessons and memories, was now a chapter that was closing, making way for the next phase of their voyage. The sea's surface, reflecting the deep blues of the sky, served as a mirror to their souls, highlighting the depth of their experiences and the vastness of the adventures that lay ahead. The sea is vast, a realm of mysteries, just as our minds are. Imagine the gentle lapping of waves on a shoreline. The rhythm is persistent yet calming, like a heart's steady beat. The water stretches endlessly above a sky painted in hues of purples and deep blues, shelters this vast expanse. Each wave carries memories, ancient tales, and echoes of adventures yet to come. The salt in the air tingles your nostrils, a familiar yet exotic aroma. The cool breeze grazes your skin, bringing whispers of distant lands and age, old legends. Your feet, although you're seated or lying down, seem to feel the gentle embrace of wet sand. With each imagined step, the world seems both larger and smaller. In this vastness, there's a comfort, a reminder of nature's grandeur The sea's rhythmic dance serves as an anchor. Every drop in this vast ocean carries a story. Just like every moment in our lives is a tale waiting to be told. Let your mind float, buoyed by these waters of imagination, and feel the embrace of the sea's ancient wisdom. Begin by taking a deep breath, inhaling the wisdom and courage of Odysseus. Each number I count is a step closer to the realm of peaceful sleep where dreams await. Let the weight of the day drift away with each descending number, just as Odysseus would drift along the vast expanse of the sea. 10. Envision a vast, 9. Each ripple in the water is a memory, a thought, gently fading into the depths below. 8. The gentle lapping of waves serves as a lullaby, orchestrating a dance of tranquility. 7. Odysseus's ship, a silhouette against the horizon, sails smoothly, leaving soft trails in the water. 6. The distant stars shimmer, reflecting upon the water, guiding you deeper into serenity. 5. The cool breeze filled with tales of ancient heroes caresses your face, providing comfort. 4. The harmonious dance of the constellations above. 3. The world around you becomes quieter, stiller as you drift closer to the gentle pull of sleep, inviting and irresistible. And 1. Surrender to the embrace of dreams, calm, serene to the embrace of sleep. 2. Only the heartbeat of the vast ocean remains, in sync with your own, leading you to dream. 1. Embrace the tranquility, the stillness, and let sleep's gentle waves carry you to the world of dream. Whispered wishes accompany you tonight. May your dreams be gentle, your rest complete, and your spirit rejuvenated. Await our next journey together, where more stories and insights await. Until then, sleep well and dream beautifully. Good night.